Before we start the show today, we need to pass our condolences on to the friends and family of the wrestler Virgil, who unfortunately passed away today, that we know about anyway. Could have been last night, but today. So yeah, uh, condolences to the friends and family of Virgil. But anyway, welcome to the Hit and the Turnbuckle channel. We are going to run through the results of NWA Powerr. We still don't have any form of a bit 4.
4 weeks.
4 weeks as my glamorous co-host, Miss Fiona Lockgren, is with us. Hello, Fiona. Post
Hello,
again
Alan.
extraordinaire after the weekend. But yeah, we still don't know when we're going to have any form of date that we can watch Powerr. But we're going to review the results again today. First things first, Fiona, how are you?
I'm okay, yeah. Busy weekend, even busier weekends coming up. So yeah, just in from work, usual chasing my tail, but all good. What about you?
All good. It's been a crazily busy week. As you say, weekend was also busy with Sprog's birthday and Progress Wrestling and God knows what else. And more wrestling this weekend, actually, which will be nice. But enough of our talking wrestling. Let's talk some wrestling. Let's talk some NWA Powerr. As you mentioned, the fourth week of the new season. So opening up this week was Bulletproof Troop. He was with our good mate Chris Silvio. He was taking on Joe Alonzo, defeated by referee stoppage.
Ooh,
Mister.
okay.
It's a Troop.
Interesting.
So Troop obviously picking up another victory. Troop was doing very, very well last season as well, but
Hmm.
never really had massive opportunities at titles. Is it time for Bulletproof Troop to kick on a little bit?
Not sure. I'm not sure what I make of him yet, to be
Hmm.
honest with you. I know I've seen a fair bit of him. I'm still not quite sold on him, I think. Maybe that's probably the issue. Um, we had a discussion on one of the kind of NWA forums about it, and folk were saying it would be quite cool for the likes of him. Yeah, he could get a shot, but maybe just not yet. But if they put him through the territories, so if they put him out to JCP, if they put him out to Exodus Pro and had some big matches there, then maybe win like another American, like NWA, whatever American Championship at one of these promotions, and then
Yeah.
kind of build him up from there could be an interesting way of doing it. I'm not quite sure he's ready for a big title shot yet. Maybe he is though, what do I know?
Well, it could be. I like it. Yeah, I think there's something about him, but it's one of those things with NWA that you go weeks. We said this last week where you end up going 3 or 4 weeks before you may see them again, and it's kind of that
There's
dwindle.
just no continuity and no
No.
real kind of story building or whatever. So it's a bit strange sometimes, I think.
Yeah, that's where it kind of lets itself down a little bit. We need to see more
Yeah.
of these ones, especially if they're going for title shots, etc., etc. There was an interview with Austin Idol, and he hyped up the new duo of Zion and Anthony Andrews. And obviously later on in the show, they will go against the Country Gentlemen. Alex Misery was up next against another one that I really like, Mr. Magic Jake. I think it's the first time this season that Magic Jake has been on the show.
Yeah.
He picked up the victory in that match. So what's going on with Magic Inc. though? They're not really. We're seeing more of Jake.
I don't really think they're a thing at the moment.
No.
Again, it's hard to tell not being able to watch or anything. But there doesn't really seem to be much of a thing. I don't know, who knows? They might show up later on down the line, but it seems to be that Jake Dumas has had quite a few singles matches on his own
Hmm.
lately.
Maybe that is the case. Maybe Magic Inc. are no more. Maybe it's just Magic.
You never know.
Maybe they disappeared. Maybe the trick happened and he disappeared. You know, when they put the trap.
No, I want to know where CJ is because I liked her. CJ was cool.
She used to make me laugh just standing there doing a pose. Like you get driving through thumbtacks and she's just there.
Yeah.
That was brilliant. I want to see Magic Inc. back though. I'd like to see that. We just mentioned there was an interview with Austin Idol, Zion, and Anthony Andrews. They took on the Country Gentlemen, and Austin Idol, surprise, surprise, gets involved, but Anthony
Of course
Andrews,
he did.
what a shocker, right? But Anthony Andrews and Zion pick up the victory. Have the Country Gentlemen won since they returned as without? Well,
I don't think so. I can't.
I don't recall
At the
Casey.
first match this season? I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure. I can't off the top of my head I couldn't tell you to be honest with you.
No, I don't know either. It's quite a weird one because obviously there was the Anthony Andrews. He'd left NWA.
Mhm.
So AJ Kazana had to go alone, brought Casey Kazana with him, and then Anthony Andrews has suddenly
He's
reappeared.
back and aligned himself with Idol of all people. So interesting.
Interesting to see because Country Gentlemen were tag team champions at one point, and then they lost them, right?
They were the US tag
That's
champs.
it. The
Yeah.
US tag champs, and they lost them. And then just not on a winning streak. They're joining
Yeah, they're not quite firing on all cylinders, I don't think.
no, very much similar to like Spectaculars, right? No, they should
Get back on top,
get back to
basically.
it.
Back
Yeah,
on top, yeah.
get back to it.
I like the country gentleman.
I
So
do. I do. Well, AJ was great when we had him on as well.
yeah.
He was a great crack when we had him. Was he the one on holiday when we was doing it? Or was
Yeah,
that
he was
someone?
driving to Florida. He was driving to Disney World, wasn't he?
He said he did say he owes us a podcast for that, doesn't he? He said I owe you one when I'm when I'm at home or something like that because obviously they had some issues.
Maybe be calling that one in then.
We might have to call that one in for AJ's definitely to have him back on. The main event was the women's tag team championships. Sorry, Pretty Empowered, Ella Envy and Kylie Page taking on the King Bees, and titles have changed.
Still want to call them killer bees. It's
I
terrible.
know.
I'm so sorry, girls.
We now have to call them champions.
Yeah, that's that's impressive for
Yeah,
only their second match in NWA.
yeah,
Um, I'm a bit sort of like, okay, it's only their second match. How did they get to the point where they were getting the title shot? Do you know what I mean? I'm a
yeah,
bit sort of, I don't know. Like, I'm pleased for them. Um, it worries me for Kenzie. I think I'm kind of thinking now the whole Pretty Empowered thing's going to just implode completely.
yeah,
Because they've announced a match for Hard Times, with Kenzie defending against Natalia Markova.
yeah.
So I'm a little bit scared about that, to be honest with you. Fair play to them, but the thing is, what's next for Ella and Kylie?
Well,
Like,
Ella is coming over to the UK.
I saw that. That's exciting.
She's got some bookings over
Uh,
here now. I'm really hoping that we get one closer to where I am in Essex, and maybe even one up in Scotland, so you can see her. I'd like to
yeah, that would be cool.
go down and watch her compete, but
It's the
it's
closest either of us are going to get to a show at this rate anyway with NWA. So
very much the closest we'll get to. Well, actually, funnily enough, I think I mentioned before, EC3's coming over, and he's taking on the guy that does the guy whose ring we use at Ignite, Brett. He's taken on, or Damien as his character is. So he's
yeah.
defending the NWA championship against him. So who knows? The 10 pounds of gold could be on the hands of Damien. But yes, it would be the closest that we would come to getting any sort of NWA action.
My friend's also got a match. Drew Marshall's also got a match with EC3 at WAW as well.
There you go. See, we got some EC3's taking on our friends.
I know.
Would
Don't know
he?
how I feel about that.
No, me either. Would he still be champion as well? Because obviously he's going to have to defend it before he comes over. I would have assumed.
You would think.
You think, and that Hard Times, I think, has also got a cage match.
Tag match,
Yeah.
the Knox and Murdoch versus the Southern Six, which fills me with so much excitement and so much disappointment because I'm not going to get to see it.
Yeah, I don't like when I read these matches now because I think it's like that ultimate match of death thing that we said on week one. I was
Yeah.
like, I mean, I have seen it since, and luckily enough, but I would like to have seen it and reviewed it fresh
Yeah.
without knowing who
Abs-
wins.
Totally.
You know,
Totally.
yeah, I saw that and I was like, oh, that's going to be so good, but it's going to suck because I can't watch it.
I feel like the cage match is going to favour Knox and Murdoch.
Do you think?
I do. I feel like the cage match will favour the two of them. So
It's been a while since the Southern Six lost, though, right?
then who better to lose to?
Well, there is certainly that. There is who better to lose to than two crazy dudes like Knox and Mel. I was going to say I can't wait to watch their promo about it, but again, they're not going to be able to see their promo about it should they cut one. They were
Well,
really
they might put. In fact, I don't actually think they've put anything on YouTube on their YouTube channel since the deal started. So
no, no. Not
Unless it goes on Twitter or Instagram, you're not going to get to see it.
No, they haven't put a sausage on YouTube. I've been watching just in case something cropped up, but
Yeah, not a thing.
nothing has cropped up. That was NWA. Obviously, we can't tell you what we thought of the matches, as we've said before, because we can't see them. All that we can do is watch the results as they or read the results and have our opinions on it. But so you was a busy girl last week. You're a poster girl. How did that all women's show go?
It was brilliant. The crowd were on fire. It was such a fun show. And we got a really, really cool photo at the end of the show with all the girls in the ring. So that was nice. Nice one for me to keep. And then Saturday night in BCW in East Kilbride, which is my hometown, we sold out, which was phenomenal. And that was another really, really fun card, which was great to have a show so close to home. I was literally home 5 minutes later. So it was great.
Did you get the hometown pop?
We always get the hometown pop, basically. Always, always, always. Like it's a unique venue. It's a little like it's a community hall basically, but it's home of BCW and there's no barriers.
Ooh.
So there's no barriers down the walkway, there's no barriers around the ring. So when the action spills out the ring, it spills out the ring, and you are right there in the thick of it. So, and I think that's why the fans love it, and I think that's why the wrestlers love it as well. It's a long walk from the dressing room to the ring. When your music hits, you're like, better run. But it's such a cool venue.
Excellent. Well, I'm glad it's on. I saw Rio the other actually on Sunday. I know she was at your show. Was it?
She's so horrible to me. I never announce her properly, apparently, and I get into trouble every single time
How do
for
you?
not giving her the intro that she deserves, and she takes great pleasure in telling me in the middle of the ring in front of everyone every single time.
I love her music, by the way. The intro
Mm.
was really cool. I had the say listen to that. We was at Progress this Sunday, and we saw that Alexis Falcon was there as well. She won the Progress Tag Team Championships with Charles
They're
Crown.
brilliant. Her and Crowley are just gold, the two
The,
of them.
the cheeky little buggers, as they
Yeah,
call it. I love their theme as well. And Derice sung himself out like he always does, which is
very
another
rude not to.
really, very rude not to. Progress Wrestling was great this weekend. Had a bundle of fun. There, you inside the roping this week.
Yeah, I fly to London and first thing in the morning. So with Sergeant Slaughter on Friday, on tomorrow night, sorry, in London at the Dome. Friday night, Friday morning, we come back up to Glasgow and we're in Glasgow at the Classic Ground on Friday night. And then I'm driving them straight into For the Love of Wrestling after the show on Friday night. And then I'm driving from Manchester back up to Dunkeld for a show with W3L in Dunkeld on Saturday, and then a show with W3L in Pennycook on Sunday, and then up to work on Monday, and then straight to sort Trish Stratus out for Inside the Ropes in Glasgow on Monday night. Unfortunately, work weren't able to give me the time off, so I won't be in London for Trish Stratus.
Boo
So
work.
I'm sorry. If you're going to see Trish, I will not be there. Not that you're coming to see me anyway, but I will not be there. So I hope you all have a fab time if you're going in London. And then off to the States on Friday.
Friday
Yay.
week, right? So next week is the last time you're going to be doing the NWA
9 more
Powerr.
sleeps.
Yes, 9 more. Thanks. Yeah,
Sorry.
keep
I'm
doing
so
it.
excited.
Yeah,
So excited.
keep mugging me off. You're going to be leaving me to do this on my own for a week or so.
I'm sorry. Hey, at least I'll get to watch NWA.
That's even worse now because you can't review it.
I'll get to see it in 2 weeks' time. So
What you can do is record it on your phone. Then
and I'll just stream it or something. I don't know. I'll figure out how to do
figure
it.
out how to do it so I can watch it and I can review it after watching it, which would be really
I'll see
helpful.
what I can do. I'm sure I can sort something out.
That'd be great. So then just email it to me or something and I can
Yeah.
watch it and that'd be fabulous. Yeah, so you're in London tomorrow. Fun enough, I'm not far from Tufnell Park tomorrow. I'm near Waterloo. It's not too far. On a couple of stops on the
On the tube.
on the tubey, yes. So anyway, going forward, what we got coming on? So yeah, David Francesco's coming on Saturday. We're going to go about 10 minutes from my house to go and watch some wrestling. We're going to watch some WrestleForce with a good friend of ours, Mark True. making waves in wrestling that he is. He's Progress, he's Rev Pro, but he's also going to be wrestling on WrestleForce. So he will be there on Saturday. So we're looking forward to seeing him. Then we've got Ken Shamrock coming up. We've got Devon Dudley coming up. We got Clark Connors and Bullet Club coming up. We got any more shows? Not you got For the Love of Progress as well when you go to For the Love of Wrestling. They're doing two
Well,
shows.
I'm not actually going to be it for the Love of Wrestling.
Ah,
I'm literally just taking Sarge down on Friday night. So
you're cabbing him up there, being his cab driver. Okay. So anyway, Progress is going to be up there. They're going to be at the Dome Tufnell Park actually next Thursday. I think I'm going to.
okay.
Fortunately, I'm probably going to miss that one, which I'm gutted for. But I will be at One Bump or Two. Uh,
I love the name of that. That's fab.
They've got some great names. They have Unboxing and all of it. Anyway, One Bump or Two is the next one. I'll be at. We'll be at Ignite before that on the 21st of April. I think I've covered everything. I'll shout out to our sponsors: Taylor James, LA Taylor, Adonis Paint, Artemis, and Luna. You were going to say?
I was just going to say as well, just while I remember, another shout to my little Premier British Wrestling family who have a show on Friday night at Larbert that unfortunately, obviously, I cannot MC and attend. So I have somebody kindly stepping in to cover for me on Friday. But yeah, tickets still available for that at ringsideworld.co.uk.
Good
Larbert is
luck.
always a good night out.
Yes, good luck to whoever's filling your shoes for that show. I was going to say, get well sooner, Luna. She's currently out with a knee injury as well. So please rest up and make sure you're ready for your match in April against Sapphire Reed, who will be coming back to Ignite on that day. But we've had our usual bit of fun for 20 minutes. Again, reading through the NWA results, Fiona. Have a great weekend. Enjoy
Thank
it. Say
you.
hello to Kenny for me. Say hello to
I
Sam.
will do.
Say
I will
hello
see
to
him in the morning, probably bleary eyed at the airport at like 6:30 or something ridiculous. I don't know what time we're leaving at yet, so
God. No, don't envy you one bit. Say hello to Sarge and Trish as well. I'll see you anyway. We'll be back to do this at some point next week. We'll have to squeeze it in somewhere before
we
you
will.
jet off to America. Lucky devil you. But guys, keep it looked on our social channels at HTT Buckle on X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it. Hitting the Turnbuckle podcast and all other social network. I was going to say outlets, but it's more like
We
social.
know what you meant.
Yeah, it's been a long day. Anyway, she has been the wonderful, remarkable Miss Fiona Lochran. I have been your host, Adam Cousins. I will be back, I don't know, some point this week with some more shows. But until then, everybody, buckle down, stay safe, and good night.